Hey guys, Beastforce here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. As we're gonna break down another 6 episodes of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb, and one of them takes place before the second dimension, and one of them takes place after the second dimension. Just like I said in my previous video, I'm not going to break down the second dimension just yet after I finish season 3, which actually makes more sense, and it felt like a finale too. If you want to watch the second dimension, go on Disney Plus or go to Reactunus channel as he did the reaction on it, and he's still doing reactions for season 4 of Phineas and Ferb, which you can watch. If this is your first breakdown, you're curious to know how the rating system works, there's a detailed description down below in all my other videos that also in the playlist with the detailed description down below. Kaz and Kim Robertson wrote an episode called Phineas and Ferb Interrupted, premiered on July the 15th, 2011 on Disney Channel US premiere. When Linda tells Candace she wants to spend her day with her, Candace spends the entire day with her in the backyard so that she can bust her brothers. Unfortunately, Phineas and Ferb are instead becoming unusually interested in doing something creative after getting zapped by Doofenshmirtz, dull and boring earlier that day. Upon realizing that, Agent P partners up with Dr. Doofenshmirtz to fix the now destroyed dull and boring Anita into a dynamic Anita to fix Phineas and Ferb.
I aren't really engaged.
It's just reading this article about mothers and daughters.
Well, in the revival, you are reading a different book.
Whole day today, it's you and me.
Minute. Anything?
They're actually going to spend time together in this episode, which is nice, as Phineas and Ferb, well, we all know what's going to happen.
What you doing? Really, what you doing?
Fertilizer schedule? We can make you a copy.
Phineas and Ferb will build inventions or show blueprints to Isabella, but something feels off here. But we all know what's going to happen.
2 heads!
What, with like a Supergirl formula?
They get going. Just watch.
I really love the idea that Candace trying to bust them in a different way is fresh, like something like recording or just helping along the way or trying to bust themselves, but it didn't work. But they're going to give another attempt here.
Hey, what's that?
Lint roller. It's me. Where's Perry?
There you are, Perry.
I know 4 people say, oh, there you are, Perry, but I'm not going to count it. I'm going to count it if it said it at the same time, so I'm going to count it as 1.
Keeps up. You're getting back in the shirt. Oh, buddy.
In the start episode, Phineas and Ferb will build something straight away, but they're not doing it right now, which is being weird, and I know something is off once we get to that.
They were hit with a dull and boring ray.
Looks like Beaver's theory is correct, and Perry the Platypus actually notice it once we get to that.
Mammal of action.
He's singing Perry the Platypus's theme song. He may be a nemesis to Perry, but he is very, very thoughtful.
Behold, the dull and boring Nator. As you bury the platypus.
The dull and boring they actually hit Phineas and Ferb, just like everything with their inventions, with the mysterious force taking it away, but it actually hit Phineas and Ferb, which is the reason why they ain't building inventions right now. And it is very smartly, and this episode has turned out to be a very decent start so far.
Didn't hit an innocent civilian.
Try or lasso wild dolphins and drive across the high seas.
Beige? Oh.
This can't be happening.
Their boring minds is really frying them. Doofenshmirtz really has done a number on these Anitas on Phineas and Ferb inventions and that.
Fiddling patch is so exciting.
Ow! Cat fight!
Well, cats have 9 lives.
Would suggest cloudy skies. Meteorologists use millibars to chart
Uh-oh, Balji's been hypnotized by this.
from the internet.
Deep dull before.
If it gets boring and dull, I would be closing my eyes out, and I would never hear anything about it.
5 degrees. Whoa!
Beeford got bitch slapped.
And what are you doing here anyway? Fixing it? You are fixing it. Wonderful.
Not really, Doofenshmirtz. Perry the Platypus is trying to do something different so that he could get Phineas and Ferb back to normal.
Curse of a dull and boring Nator. Dynamic Nator, and I become more interested.
I'll take this.
She's just really trying Phineas and Ferb to build something like that, as well as the dollar there is really doing something to both of them, as it's going to take time until they go back to normal, as what we see here is frustrating, but it's very, very interesting. I'm really liking this so far.
Springs.
Phineas, go get some lunch and bring it back for us.
Hey, I know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna watch golf on television.
Doofus in She's the Mayor said golf is boring to play. And the irony is, Phineas is want to watch golf, which is boring. But why?
These blueprints we can.
The song's called Bloopers as the gang is showing the blueprints to Phineas and Ferb about building inventions as they are still dull, but they're gonna give it a shot with the song. I really love this song. I really like how Phineas and Ferb's gang actually helping them, including Candace joining in as well, which is fun. Bionic Valentines as they are showing different blueprints, which is a nice detail to put in. I really like the layers and the textures in it as they don't build it in every episode or we don't see it, but it's nice to seeing it shown by there. Man, I really like how Doofus holding Perry like that as they're dancing. Look at Perry's face, it's like, what is this? Why Doofus holding a blueprint of a giant doll? Phineas and Ferb already did one already. I really like how Perry and Doofus are dancing while they're in the blueprints as they're coloured in. Very nice. I like how Linda's reading the book and doesn't give a fuck about the song right now. I know what that is. Doofus dressing as Uncle Sam as Perry the Platypus, Jade's dressed up as Lady Liberty. I really love the song. Everything else is very well done in Doofus and Perry's perspective and Phineas and Ferb's gang's perspective along with Candace, trying to get them to do blueprints, and this is a very well done song. I'm liking it.
Kids, did you build a little castle? Boys, you're so busted. Feel the burn.
Man, I really like how Linda trying to intimidate Candace by saying, "You are so busted, feel the burn." That is funny.
Me too, sweetie.
Ugh! The one time it actually.
I was thinking to myself, why is this music playing? It's not the end of the episode just yet.
Ridiculous!
Looks like Phineas and Ferb Invention's actually doing something.
Sparkly bits?
Tune it out, big guy!
Sort of holding pattern.
Actually, the fuel will run out.
And you know what's gonna happen, Baldy? She's gonna drop and she's gonna get herself killed.
The Dynamicinator is finished.
I know it looks the same nail as the ball in a dollar deal, but I'm still gonna call it as Doofus changed the name to Dynamicinator.
Isn't blast me. I'll be the most fascinating and charming. What do you mean, no? Hand me the remote.
He's like, no, it's not for you. I like the way Perry nods. It's kind of funny though.
It's not cute. And I have a remote too. And it pointed at the suburbs.
I like how they switching by using the remote with the Nator as Perry the Power wasn't facing this direction while the dynamic Nator that Doofus wasn't face him. That's like two sides of which one it is, but it's kind of hilarious. It's doing very well.
Love thinking. In fact, we were just thinking water. And how come there's no water-flavored ice cream?
Well, you could put ice in the fridge, which actually prevent the ice cream from being melting, and also stay hydrated, people.
Whatever you want, baby. I'll be there.
Doofus must admitting defeat.
But it's far from the first board game.
Looks like Phineas and Ferb dodged the bullet, but for all the wrong reasons. If they were still in the backyard, Phineas and Ferb would be turned back to normal, but it actually hits Linda.
It's going to fall and only you can save her. Come on, guys.
Creative.
Come on, guys!
They are getting closer to returning to normal as Phineas and Ferb's friends trying everything as it's gonna happen eventually.
Help me!
Would be boring.
And Phineas comes to his senses. Now he's back to normal. See, the dynamic Rayanator doesn't need to fire in anything. It's just that the guidance of his friendship is the reason why. See, power of friendship wins right there.
I know what we should have done today.
Just like many Nators, the Dollar Nator actually wears off of Phineas and Ferb, as it does turn back into normal, but it's not permanent. But I'm glad it is, and the power of friendship helps right there.
Young, hang on, Candace, we're coming.
Did you parry the heartbreak, their uncool acronym?
And that's the second time that OWCA, Organization Well Cool Acronym, mentioned from Doofus since Summer Belongs to You.
It's good to be back.
Yes it is, Phineas. It's good to have you back. With the Dollar Nator, if the Dollar Nator didn't wear off, you would have been really boring. And the show would have been without it. But Overall, Phineas and Ferb is the same anyway.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And that's the second time in season 3 we got all of the characters filled in this episode.
Nice work, gang.
Up for that by giving me a super fun ride on the world's greatest crazy slide?
Come on, Candace. Without Phineas and Ferb the gang motivating them, the Anator, if the Dollinator didn't wear off, you would have been dead. So appreciate them while you can.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
Load your stomach up to the max. So
And that is the first time Linda sings a song without lip syncing from Lidana. I Wonder How Fun. It's nice to see her getting another song, and yet the dynamic hit Anator actually hits Linda.
Dynamic ray or something.
And Perry the Powerful is like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to do it all over again.
Really?
One of the most interesting episodes so far. The plot will get a 3. I really like how plot A and plot B works with each other again, as Doofus is boring, it actually hits Phineas and Ferb, which is the reason why they don't build an invention, as the gang and Candace trying to convince them to build something which they still haven't yet, as Perry the Platypus comes back to build the Anita again, but this time the dynamic in it, as Phineas and Ferb didn't need it, as he needed the guidance, as Candace is almost about to be killed by using a rocket thing in her foot, but Phineas and Ferb build the invention as the Dollinator wears off and they save Candace. And I really like how everyone else plays into this episode. Characterization will get a 5. I really love the dynamic duo of Perry and Doofus while building the Anator together, as Doofus, even though felt betrayed a bit, but it's not surprising to say the least, as Isabella, Beef and Balji all did a great job of helping Phineas and Ferb to build an invention, as well as Candace as well, even though she was almost lost her life. Phineas and Ferb snapped out of it and built the invention, and well as Linda knowing nothing about anything at all, as she got hit by the dynamic Nator as well, which actually was the reason why she did a song called Stat. Everyone else is well written in this episode. The visuals may not be spectacular this episode, but it's still enough to make sure it keeps your eyes engaged with the plot. With the songs, the Anator building each other, the dynamic duo of the gang and Perry and Doofus, everything else is well done. Importance is a 3. It is a very engaging episode if you rewatch it again and again. It may not be as crazier than before, or just like the many plot A's or plot B's. It is a very interesting episode, and I recommend you to rewatch it. Entertainment's a 5, as it gets a 21 out of 25. Overall, very well written, very well done, and a lot of things to talk about. Aliki Theophilopoulos and Anton Gilbert wrote an episode called A Real Boy, premiered on July the 15th, 2011 on Disney Channel US. When Heinz thinks Vanessa overhears him saying he would rather have a son to do his evil bidding, he feels terrible. Meanwhile, Norm shares his feeling of wanting to be a real boy with Doofus and decides to play up the son role. Back at the Finn Fletcher's household, Candace had Stacy hypnotize her into ignoring the need to bust her brother so that she could spend the entire afternoon relaxing with Jeremy. But unfortunately, the hypnosis trigger would end up playing right into the boys' bouncy invention.
Good morning,
This episode starts out Eva incorporating instead of Phineas's backyard something different. Even Norm is a robot, he wears pajamas. The song is called Gumshine, which is a reference to a UK song called Sunshine. Man, he cracked a lot of things in his wall. The face version of the robots look the same, but it all looks kinda different when you read it.
1 egg or 2? I like mine crunchy.
Same Norm, I like my eggs crunchy.
My new super zappinizer.
Rodney's first appearance in season 3 hasn't appeared since Robot Rodeo.
An evil genius.
Even during my research, I forgot that Rodney has a son named Orville Van Wildenstein. I wouldn't be surprised in maybe 20 to 30 years in the future. Imagine he takes up the mantle of Love Muffin and he becomes like the leader along with the new Love Muffin's pharmacist and fighting against the future OWCA.
Evil scientist instead of a daughter, I guess. Is that what it's like, huh?
I know Vanessa wants to help her dad at times, but she's really not really interested.
Daughters are useless. If a daughter, I'd be much more successful. No, wait. How long have you been standing?
If you want a son over a daughter or a daughter over a son, fine, but you don't say them in front of their face because you're going to make them upset and it's going to cause it. And Vanessa just storms out.
Oh, I can't believe that she would think.
You as my father.
Norm, you're in.
And his mouth flips to happy and sad because he doesn't think that Doofus doesn't have a son, which is him.
What you doing?
Ferb and I built a big one.
That's the one bouncy thing of the pod they had, and it only fits in one, but everyone else can go inside with it.
Hey, where's...
Food station is gone, Carl. Make substitute for a nice crunchy taco.
I know chilies are spicy, but it's actually pretty flammable, but I really love chili.
Evil organization love muffin.
Great, Phineas!
They go again with their machine.
It's just a normal machine, not a big machine, but it is still very dangerous.
I'm Phineas. Ferb and I are building something.
What? Like a submarine that will go into my esophagus? Hypnotism stuff?
You try and did that in the future. I'm not sure if that was the revival, if I can remember, but we all know it didn't work.
Park today, but I can't go unless I get this busting out.
1843.
And Stacy is right, the hypnotism was introduced in 1843 by James Braid.
Braid published the rationale of some...
While I did my research, Stacy actually knows as well. Well done, writers. Great research.
your poster. Apparently he...
She didn't even have to research anyway. She reads it by Candace's poster. Lucky coined together again. Minds men. What is these posters there instead of Tiny Cow and other things?
Look what I've done. She's overheard something out of context.
Even if it's out of context, you could just say sorry to her, but you're not doing it.
Snoopy next door neighbor gets the wrong package delivered after his in-laws come to visit.
I have to paint a white line down the middle of the room.
But this isn't a sitcom parody of the Platypus. This is real life.
That's true. Many people just misinterpret that as it can be said on purpose, but overall, I really hope this doesn't turn out to be a big case after all.
With the respect that she deserves, motherly fashion.
That's true, dude. You have been treating Vanessa, even though you embarrass her at times, but you do act like some moments right there, which actually plays into the strengths of Doofenshmirtz.
I built it for the 170th anniversary of the Alamo, but I forgot.
That's a reference to Battle of the Alamo in Mexico, which is in 1833.
Forget about it, Anita. About it. About it. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it.
A real boy.
And that is the title of this episode, A Real Boy.
Sleep. Hear the trigger word.
Holy guacamole, made in Mexico. And there's gonna be more guacamoles in season 5.
My brothers.
Lizards.
I see some therapy session that it does work many times, but it's nice to see Stacy doing it.
And Ferb to go down, down. What was I talking about?
It actually works. They don't even know what Candace is thinking about until we get there.
I'm just kidding.
The song's called Real Boys, and this is the first time Normans actually get to be the main singer, and Olivia also did the song of this. And it's very popular when they did the remix, like you reposted the wrong Real Boy something. Search it up on YouTube.
Squirrel power.
I'm glad this called back in since season 2. He is run by Squirrel Power.
Should be if I was real.
And Norm looks like a robot rapper. He looks so cool with the chains in there. That place was used mostly in season 5 and in season 2, the lemonade stand. And also, there's actually a voice actor recording of Norm's voice actor, John, doing the rapping. And he's doing it with sunglasses.
Flattery, what I want is more grammattery. If I was real, I could really cop up someone to take me out for Maltons at the soda shop. Me on the head and ask me how you doing. Thanks for asking. Seriously.
This song is very similar to Spa Day, relaxing at the beginning, rapping in the middle towards the end.
I rush off to bust Phineas and Ferb.
What do you know? Some sort of reptile.
And it's jump into Jeremy's shoes without hesitation. I hope Candace doesn't come back as we've seen it.
Hi, little jumping chameleon.
Leaping lizard! words.
Balthazar, why did you have to say that, man? Now Candace is gonna get triggered.
Sorry, Jeremy, I've got to bust my brother.
Me, little gallivant.
I don't remember if Jeremy keeps it or not. But let me check. I've done my research, but I don't know.
I love you and I don't need a son. You're the thing I've said all day.
That happens to a lot of people when she turns the volume up. But even if you turn the volume down, you can still hear it. But if she turned the volume up, then you probably didn't hear a comment that he said earlier. So, obviously.
Oh, nothing. Just put these back on. I'm still a great dad. Ask you instead.
That would be a great idea. Make sure that Perry becomes like a father and a son thing, and they work together to take over the tri-state. That would be sick.
I have to blast Perry the Platypus and I'll be right with you. Who are you? Oh, really?
And he doesn't remember that Norm is actually a robot instead of a son of Doofenshmirtz, which is strange but hilarious.
Remember much?
Indeed, Perry the Platypus just used the innator on Doofenshmirtz and he just escapes. That's just it for him.
For breakfast.
I do.
I always hear that laugh when she said hee. Always hear that.
That!
Hi, Mom.
You see it?
Saw it. She actually saw it since the Quantum Bagaloo, but it actually got erased thanks to Candace, future Candace from the bad Candace, returned it back to normal. But the actual first time she actually saw it, but we all know what's gonna happen later.
It's a little bit. Just in time for me to get up and be done in time for dinner.
So what did you want to show me, Candace?
That is a smart way of Phineas and Ferb not getting busted yet, because Doofenshmirtz is playing around with the forget-inator and he used it on Linda once again, but this time she's just forgetting something. That is a smart way to get out of it.
Right, Mom?
Push the button. I'm a pushing.
Holy guacamole!
She said holy guacamole, just like what we seen in the poster earlier.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
And she says, oh, there you are, Perry, instead of Phineas and Ferb and the gang, which is very nice, and it's cool to say that.
Wait a minute. You're not my son. You're
This is the third time that we hear about I'm not your father.
I'm not your father, and it's been decided.
I'm not your father. Pile Norm, but your father.
Oh, he does said it right there. Nice that I noticed.
But.
Norm is becoming like Candace, even though it's the other way around.
Thanks, sis.
No problem, bro.
This made me I wish we got more interactions with Norm and Vanessa, but we don't get as much as in the show, which is strange, but you don't need it. But I feel like we could have got more. Hopefully the revival is the case, but I'm not sure. Norm listened to that heavy track, which is the same from Vanessa Roughness.
Are you busy?
No, not really.
Even though Norm is a robot and Doofenshmirtz acknowledged that he is not his son, it started to make me feel I care for Norm as much as I did. I didn't really care about Norm as much, but this episode made me care about it, even though he's one with Squirrel Pals, and he does get more once we get to more episodes like Norm Unleashed and when he went up for another robot, which turned out to be Rodney.
Someone I can always count on to be there. His family. But it's Perry the Platypus.
Do you think Perry the Platypus as a family, after the schemes that he foiled with each other, it actually fits, but poor Norm, he getting slashed again.
Apology accepted, Dad.
And that is the second time the episode ended dark since Flop Stars in season 1. The plot will get a 2. Even though Phineas and Ferb the gang here is not really focused on them, as it was focusing on Candace's part, as she's focused on spending time with Jeremy with the hypnotizer thing, until the ball pit kid said, listen, she was tended to bust her brothers. And Linda actually saw it, which is actually mad, but that's not the focus here. The focus is on Norm bonding with Doofenshmirtz, who actually created him, even though he's a robot, and to think his father, even though the song was fantastic, it's well done. As Perry the Platypus just blasting with the Wraith, forget thing, and just leaves. That's just it for his part, as he's just pressing random buttons on Linda, as she almost close to busting them, but she just forgets about it. As well as Norm, I do feel sympathy for him. Characterization will get a 5. Even though Phineas and Ferb again enjoying their invention, but it's not really focused as remember Phineas and Ferb is the setting as it focuses on Candace and Jeremy, even though Candace wants to bust her brothers, as it shows her motivation as Linda actually saw it, but it turned out that Doofus is actually messing it. But it's mostly focused on Norm. He wants to be a real boy. Even though he's run by Screw Power and the robot, he shows that he does care about Doofus, no matter what he calls him. And it's nice to see Vanessa too. Also Rodney, and I didn't know he has a son until like before. And now I started to notice it again. Everyone in this character, just like the previous episode, is very well rounded. Visuals is a 4. It is good, but not as stunning as the previous episode, even though it lacks something as well. But it's had the movement, the songs, everything else. It's done very well, but it does have with the songs, the interaction, the gags, the jokes, and all of that. Even though there are one piece that is missing, which is Phineas and Ferb Adventure, but you don't need it. But there was something that lacks something, but it's not too bad. 2 and a 5 for importance and entertainment. 18 out of 25. Not bad, great, but not spectacular. But there was a lot of things to get through in this episode, including focusing on Norm. And we do actually get more episodes into the future with Norm. JG Ortera and Kaz wrote another episode called Mommy Can You Hear Me? Written on July the 29th, 2011, and it will be a short breakdown. After Candace injures her ankle and is told to stay in bed, she drives herself crazy to try to get her mom's attention in order to bust her brothers. Fortunately, Phineas and Ferb provided her with a box of items to stave off her boardroom. Meanwhile, Perry interrupts Dr. Doofus' chicken soup themed escape feed.
Hey, you gotta stay off that foot.
Insult to injury while Candace is laying in bed. Plot A focus on Candace looking at the screen while Phineas and Ferb are building something for Sergey as they are in space going to wormhole to wherever it is. Stacy visits Candace as she broken her ankle and worries that she will miss the tiny cowboy band thing, whatever it's called. And also, she also goes to the backyard to help Phineas and Ferb and for Linda to provide all the help she needs. And she came close, but she blocked the way of it.
It's a fly!
The other side is a fly.
Nelly off the face of the tri-state area! Insupinator! Chicken soup, powerful enough to demolish an entire city block!
As he bought a lot of deli meat, as he's gonna use use his chicken supinator to wipe out Deli's restaurant or something. With Candace doing everything she can to get her mom to show the adventures of her brothers.
Turn around. Mom, turn around.
She trying to use other methods to trying to get her mom to turn around, but it takes no avail as she does it herself. Once again, Perry the Platypus escaped while not realizing Doofus that he is a secret agent without wearing a hat. Upon realizing that Doofus' only time that he sees Perry the Platypus without a hat was in It's About Time from season 1. Intentionally, Candace saying turn around with the door actually saves Sergey from getting hit by an asteroid with the astronaut by going into the wormhole. Do you know this episode is reference to Space Odyssey from 2001? Doofus' chicken suit actually saved Danville by getting hit by an asteroid, resulting taking away Phineas and Ferb inventions again.
Message to Sergey. I'll try calling his cell.
I'll never say never.
Just like many episodes of Season 3, the plot is not really the strongest point of the episodes, but overall there are some very good plot points, with plot A and plot B all balancing between each other out, with one focusing on the invention, while plot C focus on Candace with Stacy, and plot B focus on Perry and Doof, which intertwine in this episode. As everyone else is still on point, just like the previous couple episodes, as everyone's very consistent with their characterization and their consistency to perform in certain areas. Overall, the visual has some good moments in this episode, but not too spectacular, but is actually pretty good in certain areas, just like many of them as we see it. This episode has some interesting plot and funny gimmicks with jokes, but it's not as memorable as the couple previous episodes of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb. I don't blame you if you want to watch it if you want to, but overall, for the important side of things, it's skippable. The episode is still very entertaining with the jokes and Candace screaming about Mom and Perry and Doofenshmirtz, even though there are a lot of things happening there. It's a decent episode on its own right, but not as memorable as the previous episode. Up there with Bad Hair Day, it may have some good jokes, good plot and decent action, but not much to go forward in the future.
Happy birthday.
They did remember tonight, boys.
Another episode written by Kaz and Kim Robertson on an episode called Road Trip, premiered on July the 29th, 2011 on Disney Channel in US, and it's also the last episode before the premiere of The Second Dimension. On the last day of the Finn Fletcher family road trip, Candace thinks she finally have a couple hours to relax and not to worry about busting her brothers. However, Phineas and Ferb decided to build a truck-stopper diner on top of the RV. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz is also taking a road trip, but he's using a big rig of transport of his boom juice to the tri-state area.
Hey, Dad!
Looks like we start off Phineas and Ferb in the RV instead of the backyard, and this is the second time they went on the trip since the Hawaiian vacation in season 2.
Just 3 miles down the road.
This is an inside of an RV of Phineas and Ferb with the Finn Fletchers having it. Very similar to the Rust Bucket, but bigger. As I remember fondly, I think Ben 10 introduced me to the first time with the Rust Bucket with RV kind of stuff, and there are a lot of similar things which is bigger or smaller or different kind of size, but this was another one, and this time with Phineas and Ferb.
RV to the rental place.
Call my friends because of spotty cell service.
So that means the signal is weak so that Candace can't use the phone. Nowadays, you can use your phone by using the hotspot or something in your iPhone, which changes. So you could do that, Candace, but it came out in 2011.
2 haven't done anything bustable for a whole week.
A whole week because they were going on a trip in the RV. Looks like it's all about to change one in this episode.
We and far away.
Oh.
Stop at a classic all-American roadside.
I like how Perry the Pirate make himself inflatable. Look at that as he's blowing like that. And Phineas and Ferb and the gang don't get suspicious at all, and they will be the last time until The Second Dimension, which takes place before the movie.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. There's Perry.
He said, oh, there's where's Perry. At the same time, that's gonna make the counters bigger. The reason why it's gone bit points because I forgot to add the count in the previous episode, so I'll put it there.
Know you're on vacation, family, and catch up to him. Find your tire chunks all up and down this shoulder.
It's only Major Monogram doing the briefing, not Carl, as he doesn't appear. I really like how Perry the Platypus is an intelligent agent. Instead of finding his fists all the time, he's trying to reroute the location of the Finn Fletchers to go find Doofenshmirtz. That what plays it to the strengths of the characters.
The truckers on it.
Do it.
And this is Cheeky Monkey.
He's calling himself Cheeky Monkey. I just love Lawrence.
My handles.
Truck driving hits 1975 to 1975.
He learns how to drive and talk in the radio. Lawrence is very smart.
Hello, Cheeky Monkey.
Doofenshmirtz, what a surprise.
You got misfortune here.
Looks like Doofenshmirtz's truck is made out of nitrogen gas or whatever it's called, so it's the big rig, so I'm not going to count that as an innator since he hasn't put a nator yet.
So, where are you? Down with a Smoky on my 20. Yeah, I don't know where I am.
But you know where you going as you next to it.
I have to call you back.
Can you imagine though that Doofenshmirtz actually reveals to Cheeky Monkey that Perry the Platypus is on board of his truck? That would create suspicion, but this is the last time before the Second Dimension.
In my book for that.
Don't start anything because I'm driving.
He does trap him, but he doesn't want his truck to be destroyed in the crash.
Seatbelts on. Mine has a self-destruct feature.
What a coincidence. This episode takes place before the movie as Phineas urges him to remove the self-destruct button.
Boom juice. Shipment's a little old and unstable, but my truck driving tails.
Perry looks at the screen and breaks the fourth wall just like that.
Ready?
Front face Phineas, haven't seen that as much, but finally we get to show you that. And she's sleepwalking, what a surprise.
Man, you done saved Christmas.
Yeah, that's Jeff Bennett doing the voice of that, go figure.
And it's his sleep busting again.
One where a group of corrupt police force using only their...
Corrupt police force? Is that mentioned? Wow, I did not hear it until first, but wow.
Delivery! Hey! Delivery!
That soundtrack sounds familiar, but I don't know where.
Cheese and grill, 300 pounds of coffee, 200 pounds of fatback, 4 tons of lumber and assorted wheat, rye, and pumpernickel bread.
Think about it. Age really isn't the issue here.
I like how Phineas is like, age is not the issue, instead of saying, yes, yes I am, which is completely different, but it's fine.
Throws it at me. Ew, that beak is their nose.
To be honest, Perry could have got out of here quite easily, but he uses the coin with the mirror to reflect on it so he can escape. So that's that.
And I bet you a fiver.
Haven't heard that song since Suddenly Susie in season 2.
Corner. Hey, hitch a ride in it.
Now that's where I'm going to count it, and he's going to attach the ride to the Finn Fletchers.
They do all the driving.
You could have used an automatic driver or automatic pilot for the truck to drive itself. It could have been much better. Man, I really like how Perry the Platypus being ruthless in this episode. Now,
There's a truck driving pharmacist face up against his windshield.
I know that Perry the Platypus driving the other side, but does he know that Perry the Platypus is there? That could have blown his cover right there. And this came out before the second dimension, which I will repeat that again. That makes it a coincidence, and this is actually foreshadowing of what's going to happen when we get there, but I'm not going to do this in the moment in time, not right now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Linda's reading another book, but I can't tell which one it is.
What ornament here is a little dog?
Looks like she senses something, and we all know what's going to happen.
Hey, is that?
Hey, Candace, welcome to the No-Stop Truck Stop of home on the road.
While Doofusworth's concentrating driving while fighting Perry the Platypus, Phineas and Ferb build a truck stop non-stop on top of the Finn Fletcher RV, as that could have raised some questions, but they did it somehow.
Vacation, and you built this? See, this one, she's gonna completely flip. Hash browns or fruit?
Hash brown.
Candace is not happy with Phineas and Ferb, but she is actually doing her job by making the food or delivering drinks or something, which is very nice.
Good?
It's bacon.
Stop, truck, stop, come on in.
The song is called Home on the Road, which is actually a country theme music once again. The last time we heard the country theme song was in Bubble Boys when Doofusworth performed. Really loving the room of the truck stop with the patterns there, the tables, a lot of food hanging there. Very good. Looks like you can't just know front face Phineas as we have 2 of them. Man, Ferb, what are you cooking in there? And Phineas. Restrooms as well. Phineas and Ferb really full of everything. Phineas and Ferb continue to cook something for the guests. Nice.
You can sit and chat.
I really love how Candace becomes the waitress, even though that's not her real job, as her ambition is to be a lawyer in At Your Age.
1966.
It's a small little jukebox. Haven't seen it since season 2. Was it Candace's doppelganger? Look at this man right there. He looks so cool. You can't escape the wrath of front face Phineas for the 3rd time. 3 heads with a toe? That's gotta be weird. Candace can be a good waitress. This reminds me of Last Train to Busan, where Candace moving like in slow motion, but she's not.
You have officially overstayed your welcome.
Nothing's going on Doofusworth's way, even though he's fighting against a platypus on top of the van. Looks like they're heading to the cornfield.
A little more corn than most shortcut.
Perry's gotta do what he's gotta do.
To avoid plunging 5,000 feet.
Perry the Platypus just saved the Finn Fletcher family from getting themselves killed, but nice. That explosion of the trucks felt like an earthquake as Candace falls.
Together, the truckers saved Christmas?
I like how Candace swipes Phineas and Ferb down there.
Oh, look at you guys.
Linda thinks this is very sweet, which is nice to see the family together with Phineas and Ferb and Candace, but that's not the case here.
On the roof! Oh, look!
It's these twos again. Haven't seen them since they collected the dodo bird while Doofus was falling with it as well. Well, you're in luck.
There you go.
How do you do that?
And that's another episode where Phineas and Ferb invention doesn't take away by Doofus and Nia. It's happened by itself.
No!
So what are we looking at?
Who's driving the car? You're gonna crash. Lawrence, get back in the car.
Need some new pants. They could get any worse. Yeah, that ought to do it.
It's an improvement than the last episode, but we'll see what the rating does. The plot will get a 2. Even though it's the same score as the previous episode, but it's actually slightly better than the previous episode, let's be clear. With Phineas and Ferb with the Fletcher family going on a road trip together as Doofus collecting a lot of things for his innate while Perry the Platypus using a laptop device to track him, and Phineas and Ferb building a road trips of an invention to make sure that everyone else eat their food. And they deliver them with Candace joining in, which is very nice. Really like everyone else in this episode, which synchronized with the plot. And also Lawrence speaking with Doofus. What was that? That was cool. Characterization will get a 5. I really like how everyone's on point in this episode. Linda, Lawrence talking to Doofus, Perry and Doofus interaction is funny. Phineas and Ferb and Candace helping the customers provide all the food. Everything else is very well done. And don't forget the farmer's wife and the farmer. They appear too. The visuals, it gets a 4. I have a think about it first, but I changed my mind. I'm going to give it a 5. There are a lot of things happening with the road trip, the corns, Doofus and Perry fighting on the truck, and the song as well. Everything is on point. Importance is a 2. And one of them being this episode takes place before the second dimension, which actually makes sense. If you watch this episode, then you're not missing out, but if you watch it before the second dimension, then it ties in and it makes more sense. Entertainment gets a 5 as the final result will be 18 out of 25. I mean 19 out of 25, but you get the point. Overall, a very good road trip, the Fletcher family enjoying themselves, and they're having a very nice time. Chong Suk Lee and Tom Minton write an episode called Skilly Whiffers, premiered on August the 26th, 2011 on Disney Channel US, the first episode to premiere after Post-Second Dimension. Phineas, Ferb and the gang build a giant version of the childhood game using Danville as the central location. Meanwhile, Candace ends up playing along with them so that she can carry on her title, Skilly Whiffers Queen. On the other side of town, Dr. Doodle is trying to deal with Vanessa growing up and wanting to be a typical teenager. And there's a board game called Skilly Whiffer, which is a reference to Monopoly in real life. It's a board game filled with nose, unicorn, and a hat. And there's the Skilly Whiffers game, which is similar to Monopoly, as you can see the details in the table. Even the teacher's being such a jerk by using his tongue at the kid. Poor man.
Skilly Whiffers!
Ha! Car wash again! Yeah!
And also, don't forget, Candace is the queen of Skilly Whiffers.
Bing, bing, bing! Winning streak! Oh, that feels good!
It's nice to see Candace enjoying playing with her brothers with her Skilly Whiffers things, as she is the queen of Skilly Whiffers after all.
It sure is nice to see Candace happy.
Well, at times she's always been unhappy, but it's nice to see her being happy for a change after everything she's been through for failure attempts.
6 years?
6 years, so Phineas is actually 10, so it could be 4 or 3. And the most confusing part is, At Your Age takes place 10 years into the future, which kind of confuses a lot of people in the audience. So yeah, Candace has been playing Skilly with her brothers for 6 years. So Candace won Skilly Whiffers 21 times out of 23, as you can see the score, with Phineas and Ferb getting 1. Man, she is so good at it.
Skilly Whiffers wants me to win. I need to move on to a bigger challenge.
I know what we're gonna do today. Hey, where's Perry?
I like how Phineas is thinking like, where's Perry with his chin right there? So that means that he doesn't remember everything happened after the second dimension, after their memories got erased in that movie. And that's the second time he plays the guitar since Phineas and Ferb across the second dimension. And that was with Slash.
The 999th lair and
999th time that he entered the lair's entrance, and this makes more sense as we see in the flashback that the first time Perry met Doofenshmirtz that he had a nemesis was a couple years ago, so this actually makes more sense. Then if this episode didn't happen, then people was wondering how did 999 makes more sense, but I'm glad it did.
t-shirt. Good for his self-esteem. To Danville National Park. Walk in the park.
It is the walk of the park as major monograms, right, as Heinz Doofenshmirtz driving with her daughter and her friends to go out for camping. There's Vanessa's friends, Johnny and Lace, and the middle guy I don't know. I'm going to call him Mike.
Your little platypus friend?
Oh yeah, here comes another meme that is popular in the show.
I'm not your little girl anymore. Look at me. I'm 16 years old. 16.
That's practically an adult, but you still treat me like I'm a little kid.
This is one of the most popular memes you see on YouTube or TikTok. You hear that quote being used with Vanessa's voice as any age as appropriate, but it happens in real life too as well.
Are you even listening to me?
Or an earthquake.
Whenever Doofenshmirtz appears, he always concerns about his daughter, but we get more after Doofenshmirtz leaves.
Kindly ocelots over.
Go home.
I like how Vanessa's expression changed when she tells him to go home, like her hands moving as well. Very nice. This scene is very relatable in real life, like a parent still sees them as a kid even though they're growing up, and a kid's still been seen as a little child by parents and everyone else. I really liked both of them's perspective there, as Doofenshmirtz trying to protect his daughter from shenanigans of what's going on behind the woods and everything, as Vanessa wants to take herself responsibility as she is 16 years old, as she's not a little girl anymore, as she wants to spend time with her friends and a lot of things going on. And Doofenshmirtz's perspective, he's always been an overprotective father no matter what, so I completely understand both sides in the story.
What it is, the hairdryer is mine.
Sir, I'm gonna put the bust on you.
Diddly whiffers.
Wait.
Even though Candace wants to bust her brothers, she just couldn't resist Skilly Whiffers, no matter what.
Giant skiddly whiffers.
So tempting. And yet so possible.
She has to choose about busting her brother for Skilly Whiffers or have fun, but we all know she can't resist Skilly Whiffers.
I claim the fedora.
And Phineas doesn't remember about the fedora as much as before in the second dimension, so their memories got erased.
Architectural heritage and natural wonders will pins. And
Just like Monopoly, but just time bigger this time, with Phineas and Ferb building the invention.
we move that many spaces across dance.
6.
Even in a giant Skilly Whiffers, Candace has always have a lot going her way, but hey, she's the queen of Skilly Whiffers after all.
These are great.
And that's rare that Johnny gets to sing.
My 7 layer bars.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's made out of armored brittle, which Doofenshmirtz has, but we do, but I don't know.
And how soon can you leave?
I know that she's just pretending to be suspect about her, even though she knows it is her father, Heinz Doofenshmirtz, being here.
Hey, man. You know, fire is Pup Master 3000 laps and suffocate you while you sleep.
Well, it does collapse with the tent in it, but we all know what we're going to see, unless you set out right. Tri-State Army Alert, 1972.
Seriously?
Lace actually speaks, but we don't know that.
Your food or you hang loose and
Greek style.
You have no idea.
She's like, yeah, that's my dad. That's how he always acts like this, even though she has been embarrassed by him many times.
Favorite number.
You hear that sting right there? That's Skilly Whiffers theme. This is the Skilly Whiffers theme song, but with the Quirky Worky song mixture with it.
7 tray, baby.
How is she doing this? This has to be on purpose. This has to be rigged.
True loser.
I really love how Candace doing trash talk to Balji. Did you hear that sound? That sounds like a sound design of Nintendo.
What you doing?
We get more Finabella scene right there.
It's an affectation. Leave it alone.
Man, Buford looks good with this magnifying glass and with a beard like that.
no scheme today. I'm just here secretly overprotecting my daughter. Back in Gimmelstump.
Another flashback.
I got one sting, but damage.
And that's the second episode in a row that Doofus was getting caught by cactus. As the previous episode, it was flaming cactus. How the fuck does the Hydra still in your feet?
Overreacting.
Can you imagine turn around? Perry Platypus cover would have been blown for the second time in a row. But don't forget, Candace's memory got erased too. But she always noticed Perry since the Battle of Badbeard as a secret agent before the Moss came in. As Candace stepped on Doofus' RV, you get to see how crushed it is. Very nice detail.
Tristan is out here. Yes.
As long as you're not doing stuff, Doofus, I will help you.
Real size first aid kit. Too sharp.
I remember this video, that was from Lockdown 2020, and that was used as a meme for it, as Doofus is just using this as they replaces a lot of things. I remember the video, but I can't find it anywhere, so I'll look for it in the final thoughts or whatever.
Quarantine.
Doofus said quarantine. He predicted the future, and this episode came out in 2011.
Isn't he?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Hey, it's a woodpecker. He's Perry. Perry the bear puss.
Hey, Perry, really?
I know that Vanessa gets mad at Doofus, at her father, Heinz Doofus, for being weird and being overprotective, but he's just angry at Perry for doing his job. It's not really his fault. He's been dragged into it, so Vanessa just toned it down a bit.
And you, Dad? Just humiliating, Dad.
Hey, little girl.
My friends, and you just keep popping up.
And that's what she wants to do, spend time with her friends. Even though Doofus can be an overprotective father at times, I understand both of them, but I really don't blame Vanessa for getting mad, but it's just perspective than anything.
No, you can handle yourself, and you can just start beating me up right away. Been smothering her. You know, no more disguises.
Looks like Doofus is gonna cause a lot of trouble in the camp.
You'll never win now. The queen of skiddly whippers, and I'm not gonna let anything break my streak.
Looks like it's her turn. If she gets the right dice, then she wins.
And that is die!
That was uncalled for.
And Baljeet is pissed, and he has every right to. And look at his face.
Wow.
Skiddly Whiffers is a cruel mistress, cold and unforgiving.
Man, Candice is so lucky, but again, you do need luck to win.
Vanessa!
When you see these bees near you, you're the last thing you do not want to do is get stung by them.
Oh, leave my baby girl alone! All right, bees.
When you're gonna get covered by honey, you know the bees are gonna be attracted to it, and Doofus does everything can to protect his daughter, and it's the right way to go, but it's ridiculous.
Yes. Yes, he is.
And Vanessa is agreeing with Johnny that her dad is a psychotic. You should have said, you're my punk up boyfriend. You're not to think my dad is psycho. I think it would have been better if she said it, but overall.
Yeah, baby!
Damn, Candace.
Yeah. I totally creamed you guys in that game.
If she didn't kick that bell, Phineas and Ferb would have been busted.
Phineas and Ferb bells!
Linda Finn Fletcher's washing a skull, but why? And why is Candace want to bust them? Understandably to bust Phineas and Ferb, but why? She was having fun. And this is what you get, Candace. You get to see Phineas and Ferb and his friends there, and their friends are not there anymore. Similar to Albert in the Floor After Floor episode when he was there, but when Linda arrives, they're not here.
Candace, did you have fun with your brothers?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I loved that scene. It's nice to see Candace having fun with her brothers for a while.
Me out of the water, Perry the Platypus. Anything bigger?
Man, he's been stung there with his face in his arms and his body. Poor doof.
No, how many s'more related accidents?
Dad.
I'm gonna give the plot a 2. We used to think that the formula would be the same as the many episodes, but it's slightly changed as Phineas and Ferb play big skillet whiffers with their sister, even though she's the skillet whiffer queen, and we all know how it ends up. She ends up being triumphant against anyone else yet again. And plot B focused on Doofus overprotecting Vanessa as she's in the woods while he concerns about her safety, as he does with the bees and all of that, and he did actually protect her from the woods, even though he has concern. And Perry, it's nice to see Perry helping out. Characterization will get a 5. Everyone else is on point, but that's not just it. I really like how Candace is, even though she wants to bust her brother, it's nice to see her enjoying with her brothers playing skilly with us. As I really love her banter as well, even though she can be a bit of a whatever it called, but I really nice to see their sister playing with their brothers, and they did have a lot of fun, as well as Vanessa, even though she wants to do herself, even though she's 16 with her friends Johnny and Lace. Doofus, her father, Heinz Doofus, wants to protect her daughter, even though there are a lot of things happening in the woods, and he does at the end, which makes it so sweet, and it's understand of two perspectives, as we explained earlier. The visuals, it's a 4. It's good but not as spectacular. I really like the big design of the skilly whiffers and the sound effect as well, with Candace and Phineas and Ferb and his friends playing it, as well as Doofus spurts with going in disguise and doing everything he can. Everything is well paced in this episode, but not too spectacular, but it's good enough. Importance, it gets a 3. If you're watching this in production order, this episode came out after the second dimension as everything went back to normal, but it may just be not as important as it is, but you will see why if the story flows. Entertainment will get a 5 as the final score is 19 out of 25. Same score as the previous episode, which is not a surprise. They're both good episodes, Road Trip and this episode, in unique ways, which is very interesting, and I really enjoyed this so far. The 6th episode of the breakdown that is complete is called Tour de Ferb, premiered on August the 12th, 2011 on Disney Channel US, written by Bernie Peterson and Chong-Suk Lee. Baljeet confesses that he is descendant of a long line of bicycle race losers. Phineas and Ferb enlists the help of cyclist Greg LeMond to help Baljeet compete in the bicycle race. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz uses his pop-up annotator to annoy anyone in the tri-state area to make millions.
You're right, Ferb.
As the bikers will spin, as you thought they were in the real world, as you can see there in Phineas and Ferb's layer, as Phineas and Ferb are playing them as toys. We've already been in Phineas and Ferb's room, but that was in Ferb's side. I mean, Phineas' side. Now we get to see Ferb's side. You get to see books, a stone, whatever it is. And there's a lot of things, including a lot of layers into it.
Not a big fan of bicycle racing. I come from a long line of bicycle race.
Looks like we get a lot of Baljeet's family riding the bicycle.
Was leading a bicycle tiger pit. Years later, did the tiger sadly knock the tiger.
Baljeet's family has bad luck when it comes to cycling. Let's hope Baljeet can prove them wrong.
Father was caught.
This makes no sense. So Baljeet's father would be in his 60s or 70s. So it would make more sense, but it doesn't make more sense to me, because if Baljeet's father was there, he would be a teenager or something. It would make more sense of it, but there are times that age sometimes can be very, very confusing.
But he was wrong.
All that tiger excluder on City Hall.
The tiger excluder that Phineas and Ferb put the invention in City Hall. I wonder if Roger Mayer allowed them to do it, or Phineas just put it in. We don't know, but that's what I'm gonna go for.
Know what Baljeet's gonna do today?
Quarter edition for busting on the go.
She has done it before, and one of them being in, was it when he went to the submarine with Phineas and Ferb, as she tried to get evidence, and we all know how they went on. Let's see how this goes.
Don't forget to feed Perry.
Where's Perry?
This is a pop-up ad. What? Another? Agent P, over here. Oh, this...
Very relatable, Major Monogram. When you see a pop-up ad and it keeps popping, it takes forever to remove them. Very relatable.
First annual Tour de Ferb bike race.
Now we're gonna see where Phineas and Ferb and the gang are gonna do their bike tour on Danville.
Rickety staircase.
You are not hiding away from me, front-face Phineas.
The bike's out a little. Just
How about tiger attacks?
Baljeet and his ancestors has PTSD flashback about tiger attacks. The Fast Cycle is based around the Disney winner from the Rating Mega video from anime of Phineas and Ferb, which is the reason why she's here.
Sweet! Hey, Baljeet. Thing like all of your male ancestors getting mauled by tigers during a bike race get you down. They didn't have. Glamond!
And he's going to appear any moment now, as he won the Tour de France 3 times, and he's known for his list of controversy with anti-doping, well, Armstrong. And there he is right now.
France. 3 times, actually.
I just said it before he said it. Looks like I've done my research very well.
Anything stop you can't do.
He's inspired Baljeet to not let his fears get in the way from his ancestors.
Flying comes to mind, so point taken, Greg LeMond!
A. USA.
This made me care about Baljeet, as we did get a lot of episodes in season 1 focused around him. The science fair, the Baljeet dating with Misty, and now this episode. And they're gonna start the race near Isabella's house, along with the Finn Fletcher's house too. Buford, man, what a cheater you have become. Doesn't mean you will win forever.
India! Oh, baby!
As you can see in this scene, Candace has no eyelashes, which is an animation error.
The bus is in the back.
I know Perry the Platypus bought a ride, like he goes to Doofus on the roof with different things, but this is the first time he uses a vehicle to get inside, I presume.
I really gotta watch my step around here.
Well, you don't once we get to there.
Pile of old computer cables. Wire you can pull, a load-bearing wire that...
I'll just find a wire that fits into my TV or my console when I'm playing my video games. Just like Ron Candace one, you get to see the speed trail of Phineas riding a bicycle.
Wet thing coming up!
As you can see, Buford wheels change as it goes something different.
Competitive spirit breaking free!
Don't give up, Baljeet.
That's what makes me love about Phineas even more. He doesn't trash talk. He's like, don't give up, Baljeet, even though he's a competitor against him, trying to race to the finishing line. That shows you how good Phineas is with his personality, even though he can get angry at times. But it's nice to see he doesn't trash talk. Only Buford would do that.
I came to win!
I know things are tough. A voice telling you to quit. Brother-in-law thought I was a turkey.
That's not true. Let me see if this is true. And that's a reference to 1987, was it he shotgun a turkey and it hit Lamont by accident.
But I recovered.
Yeah, how to respond to that?
I want you to look back and wonder, what if?
Grey Lamont is like me. It's like, what if something else? What if that could happen? There's different changes, not just sport and everywhere else.
Turkey.
Why do you think I'm a turkey?
An auction for a super multi. There was my grandmother's name.
Her middle name is Gertrude, just like Candace. Super Mutilator. That's actually Doofus' mother's maiden name. And she looks very similar.
Bad kept me from hitting the bid now button.
I hated advertising ever since the early 80s when I did a little product modeling to finance my first donator.
Whenever I also see pop-up ads in the screen, it just gives me a headache too. In the 80s, so that means Doofus must be in his early 20s, because he'll probably be gone to America, as we stay in the backstory in This Is Your Backstory, the season finale of season 3. But we'll get there.
Pop-up ads to serve my own evil ends. And my pop-up-inator will put pop-up ads.
It's nice to see Perry the Platypus as other sounds instead of grrr, like that. I really like that though. Front face Baljeet, but he looks weird with the front face in the revival, but it is pretty strange. The song is called The Tour de Feu, which is the same title as the episode, and it has a nice song to it. It's very similar to other songs from the previous. As the wheels change again, you get to see it fades out as the new wheels come in. If I was near a lot of rats inside the sewer, I'll be scared. Man, I really love this part of the scene. It looks beautiful. And that's what happens when you look away in the bike. You're gonna get yourself crushed. And another wheel change, but this time Isabella, as it becomes a plunger of wheels. Man, they're just bouncing everywhere. As I look at the bike, you can see Isabella and Ferb actually wears the same bike from Summer Belongs to You, as Baljeet's wearing a different bike along with Buford and Phineas as well. Another of these background buildings becoming textures mixture with the buildings, as it looks season 3 look more stylish as it's starting to transition. This music is very underrated and it has a good vibe to it. Very cool. And that's the second time that Candace fallen in the waterfall since the Hawaiian vacation.
But guess what? It just opens another pop-up app! Best idea ever!
And Perry the Platypus has goggles in his hat. He has everything equipped. Grappling hook, his own vehicles and everything.
Load bearing wire.
Hey, the platypus, how did you get out?
As time has passed, the sky of the color of Danville has changed. That is such a bad idea to hit your nail like that. You warned yourself not to step on the buttons and you did. There's that movie sign from Danville. Haven't seen it since season 1, was it, when Candace and Phineas and Ferb went to the movies. Also, I forgot the second dimension as well, and this episode came out after the second dimension. If this happens in the cinema in real life, there would have been riots.
Margie's got morning sick.
I wish we get to know more about the other things in Linda in her life, but Linda's wearing a towel right here. So close once again, but foiled by that. And people who wondering, why can't Candace take another picture or something? Well, Doofenshmirtz and Natus could have something.
You were the last obstacle is.
What? Not even dressed.
I know Candace wants to show her something, but you can't just let a lady dressed as a towel in the public. She gotta get herself dressed.
Helmet into the shower.
The finish line, right on the other side of Danville Chasm.
Whoa, that is huge. I hope Baljeet makes it or has a plan with the tires or something. And you just standing there while you let your friend slip past them.
That's better. Not be holding that wombat so close to his face.
It is confirmed that Linda calls Doofus that guy, as they never saw each other again after the date in What Do It Do. And that confirms that everything is pointing to the theory that Doofus isn't Phineas and Candace's dad. So here you go.
You're doing this to me. Wire? God of it. Show me some love.
And he doesn't say curse you, Perry the Platypus, which is a shame, but overall, it's Doofenshmirtz defeated himself, not Perry, even though Perry was trapped for most of the time. And then Greg LeMond shows up. How did he get there so fast?
Time to change the batteries on the tiger excluder.
Greg LeMond raced first and he got beaten by a tiger. And coincidentally, it saved Baljeet because, just like his ancestors, if he got there first, then he would have been beaten by a tiger just like that. But that saved him and that motivated him to win.
Want a bike race? And inspiring me.
Never give up, Baljeet. Always push yourself to get there.
I gotta call my brother-in-law and tell him his tiger got out.
The plot is gonna get 2. I really like both plots in this episode, as Phineas and Ferb and the gang were using cycling in the Tour de Ferb, as Baljeet motivated himself with the help with Greg LeMond to win the race, and plot B focused on Popper ads, which do feel like cause chaos with it, which is less, but overall it's pretty decent, but not that bad, not as memorable as plot A in this episode. Characterization will be a 5. Everyone's on point in this episode, including Baljeet, who got the most focus on the episode, with him motivating to race in the bike race, as he won the race towards the end against his friends Phineas and Ferb and the gang, as well as Doofenshmirtz Perry, as it's not much evil from Doofenshmirtz, as he's trying to use a pop-up ads to make sure, as Perry dealt with it comfortably, as well as Candace playing her part too by bringing Linda, even though she's with the towel naked, as she failed and Baljeet ends up winning the race. The visuals, it gets a 3. There are a lot of good visuals with the song, the bicycle race and all of that, but it's not too spectacular. It's okay, but not too spectacular in this episode. Importance and entertainment will get a 2 and a 5. 17 out of 25. Not bad, but not great either. There are a lot of good things with the song, the bicycle race and all of that, Greg LeMond, but there are a lot not as memorable as the previous episode, but it could still entertain you in certain areas. The person who wrote Ariel is actually Robert Lopez, who did Frozen, Coco, Frozen 2, The Book of Norman and other things, which was from the previous breakdown, but I had lack of thoughts of the final thought, so I'm going to do the poll announcement. I was thinking about doing an evil version of Doofus, but I did which version of best version of Doofus it is, and many people said D1 version of Doofer, as the second will be Heinz Doofer from Star Wars. I didn't want to do Doof 2 because I know everyone's gonna vote for it. Overall, I'll do the poll again, but this time the evil version will be it. I'm gonna do another poll, but the Phineas and Ferb gang. Buford, Balchi, Isabella, or Evian. Let me know in the community tab when it goes live, and until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.